These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey weirdos, I'm Alaina.
I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid.
I made that sound like it was going to be about aliens, but
I liked it though. I feel like we always bring it to aliens, but we never talk about aliens.
Because I'm an alien.
I like it.
I'm not.
We'll talk about aliens at some point. Maybe.
Yeah.
And you know why we can say that?
Because we're going to do
2 episodes a week! Woo!
How is that in your ear,
right? We just brought you right to it right away.
Yeah.
So that's our exciting new news is from now on, because you guys are so rad and we want to bring you as much content as we can, and you have supported us like mother hens.
You deserve a little bit extra.
We want to give you as much as we can. And the good thing about this is what we're thinking we're going to be doing is we're going to be releasing 1 full-length true crime case a week.
A mini episode.
Probably on Tuesdays, we're thinking.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's going to be, I mean, this week it's going to be a little different because we're recording on a Tuesday.
Right, we're getting
But don't worry,
into
we're
it.
going to get into the better schedule. So you're going to get 1 full-length true crime that's just about 1 case, in-depth, our long-ass episodes that we do. And then towards the end of the week, on Thursday or Friday, you will get a second episode that's a little shorter, probably.
Yeah, like an informal.
It's going to be about just some, like, spooky topic, paranormal, legends.
We'll take some recommendations.
Yeah. Anything we can think of that is just weird and fascinating.
Yeah.
And creepy as fuck, we're going to cover it.
I like it.
So that's what's going to be happening. You're going to get 2 episodes a week. So we are super excited about that.
Also, it seems like lately that people are messaging us with, like, personal stories. So if more of you guys want to do that, we can even do a mini episode, like, with that.
Yeah. We would love to do listener episodes and just read. And maybe we can even just throw that as, like, an extra episode there. And if we get enough, we'll just make it a whole episode for the second thing. But
maybe in the mini episode, we could read, like, 1 story that we received that week.
So if you guys have spooky tales, be it paranormal, weird stuff, or if you have some kind of connection to a true crime story, which we've got some of those and they've been amazing. We've read a couple here. By all means, throw it our way. DM it to us on Instagram because we're on that most. Or send us an email, morbidpodcast@gmail.com. So go ahead and send it to us.
And then, like, let us know if you want us to leave your name out or anything.
Yeah.
Any specific details you don't want us to say.
So, yeah. So that's the new exciting news. And I think we got some Patreons this week.
We did.
That we want to thank.
So we have a few new Patreons. In the window latching coven, we have Beverly Wilson.
Beverly!
Thanks, Bev.
Love you.
You're the tits.
We're going to take on all the powers of Menon now because of you.
Yeah.
So we appreciate it.
Faux show.
Yeah. Watch The Craft. Mm-hmm. If you don't get that reference.
It took me a minute, even though I've seen that movie like 45 times. Our next window latching coveness is Bronwyn Shand.
Bronwyn, first of all, thank you so much. And second of all, kick-ass name.
Yeah, that's a cool ass name.
That is
Bronwyn.
a great name. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you must just be awesome.
Yeah, you are. In the Evil Onions category, we actually have a former window latching coven member who upgraded to be an evil onion, and that is Valeska Kornman.
Valeska, we love you.
Yeah, oh my god. Valeska, we have like a special place for you.
We really do. We love Valeska. She's amazing. And she has a band called Dark Ruby. Mm-hmm. And go listen to them and go like them on Instagram. Follow them on Instagram.
Them.
Sorry, I don't know how to work Instagram.
That's okay. We also have another evil onion that is Stephanie Guthrie.
Stephanie Guthrie.
Why does the last name Guthrie sound so familiar?
I was just going to say, because of Savannah Guthrie from the Today Show. I love Savannah Guthrie.
Are you guys related? Stephanie and Savannah?
I was going to say, Stephanie and Savannah.
And
Thank you, Stephanie.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Stephanie. Edit that out.
Even if you're not related to Savannah, we love you.
Yeah, we love you regardless.
Yeah.
Because you're an
We
evil
love all
onion.
Guthries.
Yep. And then our final Patreon this week is Adi Diaz, who was in the window latching coven, but she is now an evil onion.
We love you so much.
Thank you.
And I think it's Diaz, but I like it both ways.
Did she correct us last time?
I honestly don't remember. You could be right. But
Okay.
I'm still
probably
hanging
is
on to
Diaz.
Diaz, but I like this little competition that we have about this name.
Yeah, you know what? I stand strong.
Yeah.
Diaz. I'm probably wrong, but I'll stand strong.
I'm Team Diaz.
Diaz.
Thank you, Adi.
Thanks, Adi. Sorry, that was annoying.
You're the best.
Ayo. So thanks, Patreons.
You guys are the raddest, and we the holidays are going to be fruitful for you because we're in the middle of getting some t-shirts going, so be on the lookout for that, everybody.
It's t-shirt time.
And it's all thanks to the Patreon donors. Without them, we couldn't be doing it. So thank them. If you are them, you're awesome, and if you're not them, we still love you.
You're all rad weirdos.
Exactly.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
But, so this is going to be kind of a long one, so we want to jump right into it, but,
Buckle up.
and for this case, we had a little challenge to you guys. We said that we were going to tease it out, and the first person who could name it was going to get a free Morbid sticker. And the person who did that, within like 5 seconds, they were like right on it.
He's like, I know.
So I know they didn't Google it. they were right on it. It was Aidan Cortez.
Congrats, idiot.
And Aidan is one of our Patreons, and we appreciate him so much. We love him. You, my friend, are getting a Morbid sticker.
Morbid
So
stickers for
I'm going to
the win.
message you and get your information and make sure that it's correct, all the information I have for you. And I'll be sending that along to you.
I just got my Morbid sticker. And
You
I got a
just got
few
it.
to give out at work tomorrow.
And there'll be more coming because we have a few more designs that we're really excited to throw on some stickers.
I'm stoked.
And then eventually onto some t-shirts. So get ready.
Get ready.
So we haven't even said what the case is yet. So the case
Is
the case of Sarah Kolb, her, I'll say accomplice, but he was pretty involved, Cory Gregory, and the victim is Adrianne Reynolds. Poor Adrianne.
I know. This case is fucked.
It is. This is a hardcore one. So this is one that for some reason, I just remember this being one of the first cases that I really, like one of the first like non-serial killer cases that I really dove into. So like we said, the three main players in this one are Sarah Kolb, Cory Gregory, and Adrianne Reynolds. They were teenagers attending an alternative high school. It was called Black Hawk College Outreach Program in East Moline, Illinois, and this happened in 2005.
Which isn't that long ago.
No, it's the year after I graduated high school. And this, I looked it up, and this college outreach program still exists. It's still there. And it really is kind of like a community college situation.
Huh.
But I guess it was more for kids that needed to get their GED, you know, kids who got kicked out or dropped out of high school, had behavioral problems, all that good stuff. I saw a bunch of documentaries about this case, and a lot of the kids that hung out with these three people all said the same thing, that it was kind of for like troubled youths.
Makes sense.
You know? In one of the words of one of the students that was interviewed for the docs I watched about this, it said, quote, Black Hawk Outreach was the kind of school that the rejected kids, the kids that didn't excel in school, people that got in a lot of trouble were sent.
Okay.
Now let's talk about Sarah Kolb. Sarah Kolb was 16 years old at the time, and she was a popular girl in this school, but popular is like a weird term to use here, because it's not the same kind of clique situation that a traditional high school has.
Because it's sort of like a different high school.
Yeah, so it's like kind of a different situation. These are a bunch of rebellious and like troubled kids, like we said. So she was a self-proclaimed juggalo. I'm sure a lot of you know what juggalos are, but it's people who are very much into the fandom of ICP, the Insane Clown Posse. It's any kind of label, category. You know what I mean? But they all have in common that they really dig ICP and the style and the message.
Music.
Which, by the way, if you look into ICP, they're like some of the most charitable humans.
Yeah, you told me that.
And they're very quiet about it. They don't say a word. They just like do good things.
That's what nice charity people
exactly.
do.
They don't do.
Yeah, they're
like
not
they don't do it to get a pat on the back.
Exactly.
So, you know, just know that.
Thank
These
you,
kids
ICP.
these kids might give juggalos a bad name, but like they're
Just
not
take a
bad
step
people.
back.
It has nothing to do with them being juggalos, but it's just this is what
Fun fact.
This is what brought them together. So, everyone described Sarah as someone who would speak her mind, as someone you did not want to cross. And she was also described as mouthy and inconsiderate at times.
All right.
She had a fiery temper. She lashed out a lot. In fact, Cory said when she got mad, she would get mad at the littlest things, and she would fly off the handle, throw things, scream. Serious anger problem. Now, because of this, she was seen as an alpha female, and basically the queen bee of this group of outcasts. Even the cops in the doc I was watching described her as a leader and very confident in herself.
Oh, good.
So she had something that drew people to her, which is a super shame considering she turned out to be a hideous murderer. It's just always kind of shitty when people mess up potential like that. It's like, you obviously have something about you that draws people in. Like, use it for a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. You could have done it for good.
So, as they often did at this school, one day Sarah and some other students were outside on campus smoking, like between classes. According to a friend, in November 2004, Sarah saw a brand new girl who had just transferred to the school and said, quote, "Hey, she's hot," and that was it. She was going to get to know her. This girl was Adrianne Reynolds. Now, Adrianne Reynolds was from Texas. She moved to Illinois because she was getting in a lot of trouble. She moved from Texas to live with her dad and stepmother because she was having huge issues living with her biological mother and stepfather in Texas. Her mother had her at 16 years old. I know there's tons of success stories about this out there for sure. Like, a lot of people who this happens to, they, get it together and they're good moms. This was not one of those situations.
Oh, that's sad.
Unfortunately, before she turned 12 years old, she had 3 assault charges on her and a stint in rehab under her belt.
Oh, wow.
Before 12 years old.
Do you know what she went to rehab for?
No. I don't know exactly. I'm assuming they said she was into, she was drinking, she was...
Shit.
she was probably, like, smoking pot. And it's kind of like,
you go to rehab for that?
Well, maybe drinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
They might have just done it to get her straight,
Yeah.
try to get her on the straight and narrow. Her father, Tony, acknowledged that she was exactly, that she was probably smoking pot and drinking and just being a bad kid while in Texas. But he thought he could be the one to put her on the right path.
That's sad.
In the words of her dad, quote, Adrianne was a handful, putting it lightly. So she came there. She had a lot of trouble going on.
Trauma.
She had assaults under her belt. She was in rehab. She was now cutting, so she was self-harming and was obviously in a bad place. So that's a lot to take on all at once.
Definitely.
But they gave it their best shot. By all accounts, her father and stepmother were loving parents. So besides the obvious issues she was dealing with, her dad said that they sent her to Black Hawk Outreach because she didn't have nearly enough high school credits to catch up in a regular high school setting. So Black Hawk provided students with a way to get their GEDs, which is what she was going for. Because they said she just didn't like going to school. She didn't like homework. She didn't like doing any of that. You know, a lot of kids.
I was going to say.
I was going to say. So Sarah and Adrianne met that day, November 2004. They became quick friends. Sarah kind of took Adrianne under her wing. Adrianne's stepmom said that she was so excited that she had not only met a friend so fast, but that Sarah was like a popular chick at the school. Like she had a lot of power. We all know high school is all about popularity, no matter where you are. So they talked on the phone all the time. They spent a ton of time together. Like they clicked right away. Adrianne's parents were not thrilled about this friendship.
Well, because she's like the popular girl at like
exactly at like a place of a bunch of outcasts, basically.
Exactly.
So they kind of judged Sarah on her appearance, which I guess in this case turned out to be correct.
Right.
But they saw that she was dressed in all black. She had the chains. She had black hair. She had a lot
they
of
were probably a
piercings.
little jaded.
They were a
because
little
of what they were handling.
Well, that exactly. So I think they just wanted her to be, on the right path, and this was seeming to be a little scary for them.
Right.
Side note, I was watching a documentary about this, and Sarah's friend, I think her name was Amber Urquhart. I can't pronounce her last name, but it doesn't matter. Amber. She's in I think it was an episode of I Killed My BFF is what I was watching, which those are so bad.
I love those. Oh, they're like so bad that they're good.
But I had to watch it. Amber is a star.
Why? What does she do?
She's so theatrical.
Oh, no.
And seems like she's acting, but she isn't. Like, it's great.
What does she say?
She's great. I don't even know how to describe her. Like, when she describes things, it seems like she's acting from a script. Like, she is what you need in one of those documentaries when they're, like, talking about the murderer.
I'm gonna find it.
You have to find a clip of it on YouTube or something, because it's amazing. Amber, she's great.
Applause.
So back to this. Now, apparently Adrianne was also known to be pretty flirtatious with the boys at school. She was like a boy-crazy 16-year-old.
I mean, same.
Everyone's been there.
Look where I ended up. It's fine.
And... But she was also pretty flirty with Sarah immediately.
Oh.
Sarah openly identified as bisexual. Friends said that Adrianne was bi-curious. That's what Cory said. He said she wasn't openly bisexual, but she was definitely starting to have feelings for Sarah.
Dipping her toe in the water.
She was just dipping her toe in the... And it was Sarah who she wanted to have her experiences with.
She was interested.
So according to Cory, they started talking about dating. Like, they were trying to feel each other out. They were trying to get this thing going. So once their friendship really started taking off, Adrianne started kind of like adapting to Sarah's way of dressing and music and all that. She just wanted to fit in. Like, she was brand new. She's trying to keep Sarah liking her, you know what I mean? She's like a powerful chick. So she just kept going with it. Now, Sarah basically introduced Adrianne to all the cool kids at school, like cool kids, whatever that means.
Right.
One of the kids was Sarah's best friend and former boyfriend. They say they dated for a minute. Cory Gregory.
Dun dun dun.
The two of them, Sarah and Cory, were literally inseparable, according to friends. And Cory had been infatuated with Sarah. He was in love with her.
Oh, God.
And it was since they met. He said the second they met, he was in love with her. And to this day, that dude has it bad. Like, it's like she formulated a love potion. It's like in The Craft when...
He's sipping the scissor.
When Chris is showing up at her door and being like, I just need to be
and
around you.
her name is Sarah.
Oh my God.
It'd be wild if his name was Cory.
That would be wild. And it's a C, I guess. I don't know, we're close. It just reminds me of it because he's so, like, he's got these big eyes and he's just like, Sarah, I am loyal to Sarah. And I'm like,
he had hooked up with, in The Craft, Nancy.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Who in this case would have been Sarah.
Oh, my damn.
This bananas.
Yeah, this is a lot. We just made a connection here.
A weird map.
This is The Craft.
That was a journey.
So,
Back to the original.
this is the craft before the craft, or after the craft, but whatever. So Cory was in love with Sarah. Sarah was like hot and cold on him, and mainly just wanted to be best friends. Problem was, she was also super possessive of him.
Oh, good.
And wanted to control everything about him. Like, he was not going to hang out with other girls. That just wasn't going to happen. She didn't want him, but nobody else could have him either. Friends said that Sarah literally had Cory wrapped around her finger and could tell him to do anything, and he would do it, as evidenced by what happens. Now, with Adrian joining them, the three of them were inseparable at this point. Everybody said the three of them went everywhere together. Cory's own mom said, quote, Cory really wanted to be boyfriend and girlfriend with Sarah. Really bad. And I think Cory, in the back of his mind, thought if he just hung in there long enough as her best friend, she would someday see him as a boyfriend because he was loyal to her and hung in.
Wow, this is sad.
I
But,
know.
like, not.
Cory expressed his feelings to Sarah in a letter once. He said, quote, I love you. I have since I first laid eyes on you. You are all I think about. You are the only one I felt I could speak my emotions to. And I want you to know I'll always be that for you.
Wow. High
And
school
you know what?
love is such a specific
So
kind of
theatrical,
love.
too. And also, he's telling the truth. Like, he will always be
Even
there
in
for her,
prison.
even in prison.
Till death do them part.
Yeah, it's so true, because he's hanging in there.
Or at prison do them part.
Yeah, prison does them part. So, Sarah was with all this going on, Sarah was developing serious feelings for Adrian.
Oh, okay.
And friends said Adrian was ready to try things. Like, they were on the precipice of this wonderful relationship. That I wonder if it had happened, what would have happened.
I feel like it would have ended.
Something would have
badly in
happened
a different
badly,
way.
but it's like, I wonder what would have happened. So rumors started flying around this time about them, like, are they, aren't they, blah. It's like
High
the Brad
school.
and Angelina. Of
Right.
But things started changing a little bit at this point, too. Adrian was into Sarah, but she was also getting noticed by a lot of boys at school. Like, every dude that they had on any interview I watched all commented on Adrian's looks and how dudes all over school were into her. It's like
wow.
she was like...
She was the it girl.
She was like Regina George.
Oh, shit.
And
But Katie Heron, because she was
But
new.
Katie Herring, exactly. Oh, you're on the
I
movie
love
references
movies.
here. So yeah, apparently every dude was like falling all over themselves for her. So because of this, Sarah began feeling like Adrian didn't need her anymore. And like she
loved that.
Oh yeah, because Sarah seems very like she will relinquish control very easily.
Well, it's like when Regina George realized that Katie didn't need her anymore.
And
Shit
you
got
know how
real.
that happened.
Some people listening right now are like, who the fuck
They're
are
like,
they talking
really?
about?
So we're gonna get a 1-star review on iTunes that's like, don't listen to these Valley girls.
They talk about Mean Girls way too much.
iTunes reviews. So because of this, Sarah obviously was feeling a little out of control here. She was starting to feel like she was losing Adrian.
Right.
And she was also kind of feeling like she was taking over her spot as queen bee of the school here. So the control issues were flying. Now, even though she was starting to get concerned for her top spot, she was still interested in dating Adrian. So Sarah said to friends that because of all this happening, and she was starting to feel a little like she was losing the grip here, she was like, I need to test Adrian. She wanted to see if she was loyal, and she was like, I need to see if she's the kind of person I do want to date. Because I feel like she might not be loyal to me.
I feel like a Sarah Kolb test is not something
I
you
don't
want to fail.
Never take a Sarah Kolb test. Never.
No way, honey.
No. Her tests are you fail, no matter what. It's always
Even
a
if you
failing
pass,
grade.
you
Even
fail.
if you pass with flying colors, you fail. So one night, Sarah and Cory invited Adrian to a party at a place in Rock Island called Party House.
I would love to go to Party House.
You were Party House.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah, this would be, except I don't know if this would be your kind of party house.
This would be where I would do my dance.
This would be your goth dance.
Yeah.
You're like, well, yeah, that would be you. And they'd be like, you can do that right out the door, sir.
They'd be like, bye, Ash.
So
You don't belong.
apparently it was a known party place that some of the Juggalo gang rented. Once they all got there that night, Adrian and Sarah arrived together, but then Adrian started talking to a guy and getting a little flirty. As this happened, Sarah was getting fucking rage. Just, people said she was just like, she was turning red. Like,
no.
steam was coming out of her ears. And Adrian ended up sleeping with this guy at the party.
Yikesies.
Sarah took this as full-on betrayal. Like, she failed the test. That was it. I brought her to a party. That's it. Like, you know high school. It's very black and white.
Oh,
you
yeah.
failed. That's it. No more.
Goodbye.
There's no gray area.
Have fun eating lunch in the bathroom.
Now, that night, Sarah ended up pulling a knife on Adrianne.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Her friends all said they saw it as like ridiculous. They were like, what the fuck, Sarah? But they also knew Sarah to be a person who constantly hurled empty threats at people. They said she was always saying, I'm going to beat the shit out of this person. I'm going to kill this person. I'm going to do this. Clearly, she didn't do it. So they were just kind of like, okay, that's Sarah. She's crazy.
Right.
So Sarah was clearly jealous of Adrianne for a myriad of reasons. One, she was into her, and she was pissed that she felt like she was being led around. Two, she was getting a lot of attention from guys, and this pissed off Sarah too, because...
She used to be in that spot.
Yeah. And three, she was getting popular, and it was coming easy to her. It was just happening. So she wasn't needing to be attached to her all the time anymore, and this really fucked with Sarah. People said, like, this was really affecting her. The fact that Adrianne was becoming self-sufficient and wasn't needing her was, like, really just where it all went wrong.
Sounds like a very awful relationship.
It
Sarah
is.
wanted
It's
to have.
it's a toxic relationship,
yeah.
because it's like, she needs Adrianne to need her.
Right.
And once she doesn't need her, like, she needs her to be totally dependent upon her.
And like, who actually
And that's such
wants
a bad relationship. Like, don't ever be in a relationship like that, guys.
No.
When one person is absolutely needing you to be fully dependent on them and requires it, that's no good. So there ended up being another party at the same house, and I believe everything I read, I think I saw that it was like the next night, actually.
Shit.
Adrianne,
Saturday.
yeah, and I think Adrianne went to this party without Sarah. She went by herself, which that in itself was like, she's branching off. She doesn't need me to walk her into the party. Now, while she was there, she hooked up with another guy, and Sarah showed up.
Oh, God.
When she found out, clearly she was mad.
Again?
She began yelling, screaming at her, calling her a whore, calling her a skank, and all that shit in front of the entire party.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Sarah felt like... So a friend who was there said Sarah was totally rude, totally aggressive. They were like, nobody thought it was okay. She was humiliating her in front of this party.
And like, nobody was even...
Yeah, and everybody was just like, what the fuck? And at one point, she told her, you don't deserve to live. Which people were like, that's...
Way
very
too
dramatic.
Much. Right.
like, take it down a notch, Meryl.
She
need to
needs,
calm
like,
down.
some downers.
Yeah, she just needs
Actually,
to
just
chill.
some stabilizers.
She, like, take a yoga class. I don't know. Like,
Namaste.
get it together. Now, Adrianne ended up running out of the house crying.
Oh.
As most of us would do.
I would be like, see ya.
And honestly, go Google a picture of Sarah Kolb. If she's yelling at you like that, I would run out of the house crying.
Is she scary looking?
That bitch has some demon to her eyes. I don't know what it is. And it's like, I don't know what, it's one picture of her when they arrested her. She's wearing like a
dog collar?
a turtleneck. No, she's wearing like a turtleneck white sweater. It's like she just looks scary. I don't even know how to describe it. She's got these very demony eyes. That's Adrianne.
Is this Sarah?
That's a more recent picture of Sarah. So she ended up running out of the house crying. Now, Cory was the one who ran outside, and...
Oh, this one?
That's when she was arrested.
Oh, yeah, she looks really scary.
Something about those eyes,
She has very
man.
empty eyes.
She does. That's what it is. They're very empty eyes.
She also has a very, very circular jaw.
It's her eyes that get me. She has very empty eyes. That's exactly the way to describe them.
Yeah, that's really spooky.
And so Cory, like I said, Cory was the one who ran out and consoled Adrianne when she ran out of the party. Now, this is when Adrianne started seeing Cory as more than just Sarah's friend. And more, you know what I mean? Like, she was like, oh, this guy is really nice. He's helping me. Cory in an interview said they had hung out a couple of times alone before this.
Without Sarah's
And
knowledge.
there was chemistry between them. He was like, we liked each other. This really pissed Sarah off even more. Remember, Sarah needs to control Cory.
Well, and that's like
that
her
is
man's.
the one. Adrianne is one thing. Cory,
he's like on a pedestal.
Sarah was the one who convinced Cory to transfer to this school.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I guess they met at a mall. Like, you know.
That's very 2000s.
So this moment when he runs out to console her is when everything changes between Sarah and Adrianne. This is when just nothing's going to be the same.
Uh-oh.
So Cory and Adrianne began passing flirty notes behind Sarah's back, which is so high school.
Oh, I miss notes.
One note in Adrianne's journal said Pinky and Cory written on
Is that
top.
what people called her?
I guess so.
Oh.
and said, quote, I love Cory Gregory because he is respectful, cute, nice, honest, and the sweetest guy I've ever met. And I think I'm beginning to trust him.
Oh,
This makes me want to scream because she trusted this jagweed.
that's actually so fucked
Like,
up.
she literally wrote down, I think I'm beginning to trust him.
That, like, it gives me the chills.
Yeah. Now, one night, Adrianne and Cory went to the movies together and didn't tell Sarah intentionally because they knew she was going to freak
obviously.
out. She pulled a knife on Adrianne. Well, Sarah found out.
Wow, this shit would have been so different if Cory was, like, actually, like, a stand-up guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
makes
many
me so
times
mad.
he could have stepped in and really
Saved the
stopped
day.
a lot of the tension from building. But, so Sarah found out because Sarah Kolb will always find out. Whatever you're doing right now, Sarah
Kolb
Kolb's going to
knows.
find out.
She's all-knowing.
Like, I just feel like she knows.
She knows that we just made fun of her mugshot.
She did. I'm terrified. Like, Sarah
Yikes.
Kolb, I don't know, man. Something about her.
Well, spoiler alert, I don't think she's coming out.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But, like, I feel like she knows still. She's around. I don't know. Sarah Kolb, go away.
Major yikes.
So Sarah was, mildly upset about it. So
Moderately.
she felt betrayed by Cory, and she was threatened by Adrianne again. So she started telling everyone not to talk to Adrianne and started bad-mouthing her to everybody.
Very high
calling her
school.
terrible names. She's a slut, she's a whore, she's all this good stuff. And so, again, very high school. All of this is so high school, but so dark high school.
This is very reform school.
Reform
this is
school.
very reform
It
school
is very
drama.
reform school. This is like a high school fever dream.
Yeah, it is.
So Adrianne, so she was going, bad-mouthing Adrianne, all that good stuff. Adrianne decided she wasn't going to go back at her, like a lot of people might do.
So it probably wasn't worth it.
Adrianne's resolution was she was going to try to win Sarah's friendship back.
That's probably smart. That's what I would want to do.
Didn't work out, but it's a good attempt.
Good tactic.
The more Sarah pulled away, the more Adrianne wanted her back in her life. Adrianne started writing Sarah a ton of notes and shit. She was calling her every day, multiple times a day. Cory said she called her all the time. Like, it was kind of getting to be a lot. One note said, quote, Sarah, why do you hate me so much and why do you want me to die?
Jesus.
She was persistent and she was genuine, and Sarah was fucking awful to her in response. Then, on January 21st, 2005, out of the blue, Sarah asked Adrianne at school if she wanted to go get lunch with her at Taco Bell, as one does.
I fucking love Taco Bell.
I haven't had Taco Bell in so long.
Taco Hill.
Taco Hill. She had told a lot of people she was going to try to patch things up with Adrianne, and she told Adrianne that too. She was like, let's go talk. Let's fix this.
Oh, no.
So Sarah, Adrianne, Cory, and a kid named Sean McKittrick, who is never mentioned in this. He's rarely mentioned in all the documentaries. Completely leave him out.
He was there.
He was there.
Yeah, because I watched a ton of documentaries.
He wasn't there
on
for
this.
the murder. He was in the car though for part of it. So, and he's never in any of them.
I wonder if he was like a minor and got off.
No,
somehow.
he wasn't there for the murder. So I think they just don't think of him as pertinent, but he was there in the beginning.
Yeah, that's weird.
So yeah, Sean McKittrick was in the car with them.
They just leave him at Taco Bell.
They all got into Sarah's car. They went to Taco Bell. Sarah was driving. Adrianne was in the front passenger seat, and Cory and Sean were in the back. Cory said the tension was insane in that car. He said he was just waiting for the fight to happen. It was just hanging out there. They pulled into the back of the Taco Bell, and almost immediately, the two girls started screaming at each other, and shit just started going bad. Now, the details are fuzzy. He's released a little now, but Sarah and Cory are the only ones left alive that were there for the whole thing. And they both are Titanic-sized hemorrhoids. The documentary I was watching had Cory Gregory saying, quote, I don't want to touch upon that subject as far as the specifics of that day. What happened in the car that day is between Sarah, Adrianne, and myself.
Like, her fucking family doesn't deserve to know what happened to her?
Makes me, what an asshole.
That's just the last thing you have.
Adrianne's dead. To imply that she's part of, this little secret triad of, fucking shittiness that includes Cory and Sarah is unreal to me.
So,
he's
her
saying
murder is between
it's
all
between
three of us.
the three of us. No, it's not between her, too. She's dead.
Yeah, she died.
You guys killed her.
Right.
Don't act like she's part of this little
a-
secret society of yours.
Yeah, that's
you
really
killed
fucked
her.
up.
Like, it just, I don't know why that went up my ass.
No, that makes me really mad.
It's like he's almost including her, like, in the crime as an accomplice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's almost including her on their level.
Right.
It's just really gross. So, of course, he maintains that he didn't know what was going to happen when he got in the car. The argument in the car started over the fact that Cory and Adrianne had hung out alone and kissed without telling Sarah. And it quickly escalated. Sarah started hitting Adrianne, and according to Cory, quote, Sarah just kept screaming and screaming, and then grabbed her hair and started whispering in her ear. And then Sean told her to stop, and she told Sean, if you don't like it, get out of my car. So like, Sean got out of the car and walked away. Which, props to Sean for not sitting by and watching this bullshit happen.
Why didn't you take Adrianne with you?
But I think he was just like, I'm not involving myself in this. Like, it's two teenage girls. If they're going to fight it out, that's it. So then Sarah grabbed her by the back of the hair, turned her to Cory, and said, you stay away from him. Cory is a tough guy and a real man of honor.
Oh,
just so you know. So he just sat back there and didn't do anything.
Good.
Yeah. In the interview I saw, he said the tension was so bad that the fight seemed inevitable. It was just going to happen. So he figured the best thing to do was just to let them fight it out.
Yeah, but there comes a point where you need to step in.
Stay classy,
Like,
Cory.
when somebody's hitting somebody, you should probably step in.
And it's over you.
Right.
Get involved.
That's why you're fucking
like,
sitting
start
there
mediating,
watching
you
it.
dick.
He probably felt great.
Yeah, he loved it. So he did open up to Dateline about what occurred. Okay. So he said before, no, it's between us. And then Dateline came a-knocking, and he was like, I'll talk. So he said, quote, about what happened in that car, he said, quote, Sarah's on top of Adrianne, and she's choking Adrianne. And then Adrianne goes out, and Sarah gets off her and sits in the car, sits back in the front seat. We sit there and smoke a cigarette for a while. We thought she just passed out. We were waiting for her to just wake up. And then finally we looked back, and her face was blue. And we just started freaking out after that, you know? We didn't know what to do. Now, what has now come to light is that that's not the way that happened. Yeah. That's bullshit.
Because didn't he
choke Cory, her too? Though very loyal to Sarah, threw her the fuck under the bus and was like, she did it. Right. I just sat there. Adrianne ended up landing... What happened was Adrianne ended up landing a punch on Sarah's nose. And this is when Cory stepped in.
Uh-oh.
He grabbed his belt and held Adrianne's arms while they strangled her together with the belt. Even in the interview today, he said, quote, I'm always on Sarah's side.
What the fuck?
Right? And he said it, I think, I can't remember which one it's in.
You had a chance with Adrianne.
Yeah. And I don't know which one it's in, but, like, he's sitting there, and it's, like, it just clips to him, and he's just sitting there, and he has these huge eyes that are, like, bug gigantic eyes. And he's always smirking, and he sat there and smirks and just goes, I'm always on Sarah's side. And you're like, okay. Now, don't worry, guys, because... According to Cory, Sarah started to cry once she had beaten and strangled Adrianne.
Oh, when she was done.
Don't worry, she cried, guys.
So she's somewhat human.
Of course, that didn't last for long, because then they were like, cool. How do we get rid of this now? Like, what do we do? So, like, we can't call the police. We can't do that. Like, we can't call an ambulance. Let's not call an ambulance, because we're not medical doctors and don't know if she's dead. So, Sarah was like, my grandfather has a farm. That seems like a great place to dump a body. So they drove out there and attempted to bury her in the ground, but the ground was frozen. So these two awesome folks wrapped Adrianne in a tarp, poured gasoline on her, and used a torch to burn her.
How the fuck do you do that to somebody?
And somebody who was your friend. You hung out with this person on
like, both of them
you were
like,
intimate
with.
Her.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. Now, I'm assuming their dumbasses assumed it would just turn to a pile of ash, but that's not how it works with human bodies in fire, as we have touched upon in a few episodes.
Days and days and days.
And a constant, like, 2,000 degree heat for, like, hours and hours and hours and hours. And so they actually had to go to a store again in the middle of this to get more gas.
Which, like, really smart by
Yeah, exactly.
Just fucking gas.
Now, the worst thing about this is Cory is such a bullshit artist. He said in one interview that they chose to light her on fire because it seemed proper to cremate her since they couldn't give her a proper burial.
Sure.
Like, LOL, Cory.
You're such
like,
a gentleman.
we're supposed to believe. Like, even the interviewer was like, nah, dude, I think you just didn't want to get caught and you had to get rid of the body. Like,
like, fuck.
You two were so upstanding that you wanted to give her. And he was like, no, we liked her. We wanted it to be proper.
Then
you
you
murdered
should've
her
turned yourself
with your
in.
bare hands.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Like, no. And
Also, it takes a long time to, like, choke somebody.
Oh, yeah.
To death.
And it takes a lot of strength, too.
Yeah.
You have to really be angry to do that.
Fucked.
And it's personal. You have to look them in the eye as they die.
I think I, like, watched a movie once where, like, these two girls drown their mom. And
Oh, I know that movie.
Yeah, it's called, like, Sisters or something.
It's
a
called...
good-ass
Yeah,
movie.
that is a good movie.
I think it's based on a true
It is, I think.
case.
We'll cover
But
that.
I think it took, like, 7 minutes to drown
Yeah.
her. Like,
it can
completely.
take, like, between
So,
4 and 6 minutes or something
like,
like
just
that.
thinking suffocation, I'm sure it takes at least,
yeah.
like, a full 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It's like, and they're struggling.
So
it's
you
gonna
think
be
that
even
you
harder.
would realize, like, oh shit, I gotta stop.
Oh,
once
yeah.
somebody turns blue.
But nope, they kept going.
They had to
And then
smoke
they
a
were
quick
like, we
cigarette.
thought she just passed out. Well, even if you had choked her until she passed out, that's beyond messed up. Like,
Right.
whatever. So the body didn't burn. Shocker. So now Sarah's like, well, we have to cut it up, obviously. Like
This girl is dark.
That's the next logical thing, right? Now, Cory's a gentleman. So he was like, I won't do that. I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. So they immediately thought of another, like, decent fellow in town named Nate Gaudette.
Who's a real shitbag.
Yeah, Cory said, quote, Nate's into blood and gore. He was the type of kid that would go around killing animals and stuff, so Sarah figured he might help. Yeah.
Wow. Imagine having a
Seems
friend
legit.
to call if you needed
And
to
it's
fucking
like,
cut up
that
a body.
literally, like, calling a friend and being like, I know you're into a lot of blood and gore and you kill animals on the reg, so can you come
up
cut
this
a body
body
up?
that I
And
just
he's just
murdered?
like, yeah, I can.
Yeah, that kid is disturbed.
Yeah, and feeling comfortable enough to call this person and be like, yo, we killed someone, can you cut it up for us?
Because they weren't even, like, really friends.
No, it's just like an acquaintance.
They just knew him.
It's a schoolmate. Like, what is
The
happening?
fuck? He's like, be right there.
So the next day, which was Saturday, they picked Nate up, told him about everything,
And he's like, wow.
and asked him if he would cut up the body so they could move it. Like, they literally did just do that.
And they just rolled up his
So
sleeves.
he said he would.
Like,
It was literally that simple.
what the fuck?
Now, the next day, which was Sunday, they picked Nate up and had him bring a saw with him. Cory says he and Sarah talked about music and all kinds of other things to keep their minds off of what was happening in front of their eyes.
Oh, as
Which
he was hacking her up?
Adrian was being hacked up in front of them.
And they were talking about
Yes.
Insane Clown Posse.
Nate was sawing off the head, sawing her arms and legs off, and cutting her torso in half. Do you know how... First of all, what saw was he using is what I want to know. And two, do you know what cutting a torso in half, what kind of mess
Because you
that
have to
causes?
cut through, like, so much bone.
And organs.
Thick shit.
Your organs would be... You cut in half, you would have organs spilling out on both sides. So yeah, so right in front of their eyes. They ended up dumping most of Adrian's remains in a ravine on the farm and covered them with branches. Cory says he held open a trash bag as Nate placed the head and arms inside of it. And then they drove to McDonald's to go get something to eat.
This is so gruesome.
Right? Cory says, like, many people have asked him, like, but how did you go to McDonald's and eat?
Yeah, how did you eat
You
chicken nuggets
literally
after
just watched
chopping up
her
a body?
get chopped up. And then her head and arms are in your trunk.
As you're chewing on your fucking
Well, his
french
answer
fries.
is, we were high. We'd been smoking all day. Dude, that's bold to blame that on weed.
Also,
I don't like that's
like,
bold.
you were high while chopping up a body? That would give you
Yeah.
automatically the worst high ever.
He also ate a double cheeseburger, in case you were wondering. Now, from there, they drove to a park called the Black Hawk Historic Site, and they were basically just trying to find anywhere that they could bury the head and the arms, because they were worried those were the two things that they could use to identify her. That's why they took the hands and the arms and the head.
Wow, this is, like, so well thought out and the
Right?
most disturbing
Isn't it so
way
disturbing
possible.
how far they thought of it? Like, they were like, head, dental records, and obviously head.
Fingerprints.
That's where your everything is.
Yep, on the
fingerprints on the
hands.
hands. Like, so they got rid of the arms and the head, and yeah. Now, meanwhile, the night she died on Friday, her dad and stepmother were freaking out because she hadn't come home from school, and she had missed her shift at a local fast food restaurant. I think it was at like a Checkers.
It was a Checkers.
They said she wasn't an angel, but she never missed work. That was one thing. They said she actually liked work, so it was strange for her not to be there.
Right.
By 7:30, 8 o'clock p.m., They called the police and filed a missing persons report because they were like, this just isn't her.
Right.
News started broadcasting that she was missing. It started right away. Police right away wondered if she had been a runaway because of her troubled past. They were like, this is kind of... But her parents just were like, no, she didn't run away. Like, this doesn't make sense. And her dad was like, she didn't pick up her paycheck from work. What kind of teenager would run away without their paycheck?
Their money.
Yeah. So police started asking around now to people she knew. And Adrianne's friends told police that she had left school that day for lunch with Sarah Kolb, Cory Gregory, and another boy, Sean McKittrick. An officer called Sarah at home, and this is how the conversation went. The police officer said, okay, you had contact with her today? Sarah, yes, I did. Police, when was that? Sarah, in between 12:30 and 1. Police, were you and Cory giving her a ride somewhere? Sarah, yes, sir. Sarah then told the officer that they had dropped Adrianne at the McDonald's after Taco Bell because that was right across the street basically from where she lived. And they did that because Sarah said, quote, because she said that she didn't want her parents to see that she was in the car with a boy. And before, when I had hung out with her one time, she told her parents that Cory was my brother and he's not. Now her father, Adrianne's father, Tony, says I wouldn't have liked her in the car with a boy. So that did ring like, okay, maybe.
Okay.
Now, police said, okay. Sarah said, so I dropped her off at McDonald's, which is like right across the street from her house. And then she said, and that was the last time I saw her. Police, you haven't heard from her since then? Sarah, no, I haven't. Then Sarah was like, she probably ran away. And then she said, if you do hear anything, I would appreciate it if you would call me and let me know.
Wow, go fuck
what
yourself.
What a cold-blooded...
Yeah, we'll call you. Hi, you're under arrest.
Exactly.
Face.
Now, after a while, the police were not satisfied that she was just a concerned friend because they just had a feeling.
Right.
They called her again. Police, hello, is this Sarah? Sarah, yes it is. Police, this is Officer Allen, East Moline Police Department. Are you friends with Adrianne Reynolds? Sarah, to be honest, no, I don't like her. Like, you killed her. She's dead. So then Sarah went into like a whole thing about how they had kind of a rocky relationship. And so the officer was like, well, why would you give her a ride then? Like, this doesn't make sense. You didn't like her. Sarah,
why are you just saying that now?
Exactly. And Sarah said, we got into an argument at school. And Sarah said, and I was like, well, let's talk it over at lunch. She had been hanging out with my friend who likes me, and I like him, but she likes him. And we got into an argument about that because she wouldn't leave him alone.
For the love
Which
of
is
God.
so fucking
and the
high school.
Threw up in his wastebasket and then continued with his
You know that
questioning.
officer was sitting there, like, digging a pencil, like, into his eyeball as hard as he could. He was like, just what? Like, I don't like...
What does that mean?
She likes my friend, but I like him, and he likes me, and she doesn't like... And I don't know, and she needs to stay away from him. He's like, okay.
So I killed her.
But... So then she said... she dropped a bomb. She goes, I'll be honest with you, I hit her. And the police said, okay. And she said, she hit me back. And all props to her, she hit me pretty hard, too. Now,
and then the
Sarah,
police were like, interesting.
They were like,
let's come get you.
So then she said there was a fight that it did occur in the car. And then she said we were parked at the Taco Bell restaurant, but it was during a busy lunch hour, which it was. But... I guess it was really cold out that day, so the windows were all fogged up, so nobody could see. They did have one guy who said he walked by this car during this time, and it was rocking around.
Oh shit!
And he said he thought it was like two teenagers like making out or like
like doing
or
something
people
on their
getting
lunch.
busy in the car. So he was like, oh, I don't know. But he did come forward later and say, I walked by, I saw
Well, and
that
it's
car
the middle of the
going
day.
around.
You probably don't expect.
You don't
much.
think somebody's getting murdered in a car.
That's fucked. Imagine having walked past that car.
Yeah. So then Sarah said, and I swear to God, she was crying. She's like, I'm afraid that you're going to beat me up. I was like, you know what? You're not even worth it. I'm not going to get in trouble over some stupid minor who is a skank. And I was like, let's just keep it simple. Stay away from me and stay away from Cory. This is what she told the police officer on the phone. That police officer bore that pencil so far into his eyeball that it came out the back of his head and wrote on the wall behind him.
Like, what?
Because I would be like, I do not care about any of this.
Like, this is not useful information. Thanks, though.
I'd be like, just tell me where she is. Like, that's all. I don't want to know what your life is.
He's like, I'm not a therapist, man.
And he's like, you're the worst. So, now, interestingly enough, this school that they went to required students to keep journals.
Oh, I remember this.
So, Sarah's, they found out were pretty interesting. Because once they heard all this, they were like, huh.
Let's read her journal.
What's going on there? So her journals say, one entry says, quote, I need a vacation so I don't hurt anyone or myself. One just said, hate, kill, destroy, in all caps. One said, what is it with people today? It seems as if everyone is driving me crazy and all I want to do is slaughter them like the fucking sheep they are.
So, like, who was in charge of reading the journals?
Soup's normal. Exactly. Like, no one was like, hey, you okay?
No one read them. That's, like, where the fucking school failed.
Like, what? So, and on January 21st, 2005, the day they murdered Adrianne, she wrote in her journal, quote, so I might be getting expelled today for spreading the fucking GIF. Stupid bitch needs to back up off my Kool-Aid. She's going to give him a note. Yeah? Well, I'll fucking kill her. Now, it's not funny that she wrote, I'm going to kill her. She needs to back off my Kool-Aid.
What is spreading the GIF?
I wondered what that was, so I found something. In one of the documentaries, one of the friends of this clique said that Sarah started calling Adrianne GIF because she spread it.
Oh.
But when he explained it, and this is just, this whole thing, let me just be clear, because sometimes people get like pissy and moany that we laugh sometimes, like, and try to make this like jokey.
Too light.
We're not making light of the fact that this girl was murdered. We're just, there's certain parts of this that are kind
so
of funny.
high school.
Because life is funny, okay? So deal with it. So this kid said she called her GIF because she smeared it or something like that. Like, he didn't get it right.
Oh,
and so I'm listening to it. I'm like, what do you mean spreads? Like, because he was like smeared like peanut butter, and I was like, no, you don't know the joke.
Like
I was like, like that kid.
He definitely got it like third hand.
That's exactly it.
Oh, poor
I was
thing.
like, that dude was not.
He's like, let me
part
tell
of
you the
this.
joke.
Let me tell you the inside scoop. She smeared like Jeff.
So
I was
read
like,
that
spread.
to me again, please.
Quote, so I might be getting expelled today for spreading the fucking GIF. Stupid bitch needs to back up off my Kool-Aid. She's going to give him a note. Yeah? Well, I'll fucking kill her.
For spreading the GIF. That sounds like she's going to do something to her, which she did.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what she meant it like. I'm going to spread the fucking GIF. Like, Adrianne's the GIF. I'm going to fucking spread it. But they called her GIF because she spread it.
Wow, that's fucked.
Which is really creative, but fucked.
Yeah, that's not nice.
And the fact that she wrote that the day,
kill her the same day she killed her.
She signed her death warrant with that one. Like,
well,
you wrote in your journal what you were gonna do.
So it literally proved premeditation.
Pretty much. And I guess she also detailed how she was gonna trick Adrianne to go to lunch with her. So
so she literally planned on killing her.
She spelled out this plot.
Because part of me for a while thought that, like, you know, like
it was like a crime of passion. No, I think she planned it.
Wow.
Like, I think she knew shit was gonna get real in that car, and she was ready.
Oh my god.
And so only 3 days after the murder, Cory told his mom out of the blue, he was like, listen, Sarah got a lawyer. We need a lawyer. And he went and spoke at to police at the station. They interrogated him. Everything went pretty normal. Like, his lawyer came out and told his parents everything went fine. It was pretty normal. I don't think anything's going to come of it. But shortly after going home, Cory suddenly broke down crying to his parents. He told his dad he needed to talk to the police. He was like, I have something else to tell them.
Oh, can you imagine your kid saying that to you?
And, like, in the interview I read with his dad was like, did something happen in that car, Cory? And he was like, yes. And he was
God.
Did she get hurt in that car, Cory? And he was like, and he nodded. And he goes, did she get hurt really bad, Cory? And he nodded. And then she goes, did she die, Cory? And he just nodded. And he was like,
holy shit, I
my
just got
heart.
goosebumps all
it gives
over
me
my
chills just to even
body.
say it. So now his dad had to call the police on his son.
Oh my god. Literally look at my arm right now.
Right? And me too. I feel
shit.
it. Doesn't it? Like, this has so many layers.
Fucked up.
Now, when asked whether this was a difficult phone call to make, his dad actually gave like a super impressive answer.
What did he say?
He said, quote, oh, I don't know if it was difficult. It was the right thing that needed to be done. A family needed to know where their daughter was. Things needed to be straightened out. I mean, you can't hide something like this. It's the right thing to do. He needs to face up to what he did, what his part was. Which, you go, Dad. For him to be like, a family needs to know where their daughter was.
Yeah, and not think of himself
and not to
at all.
immediately think, like, I need to I need
my
to
son.
quote unquote protect my son, which no parent is protecting their kid when they cover this kind of shit
can
up.
see what they're
but I get
saying.
why people would do it, but it's like for him to recognize, like, nope,
It's not what you should
there's
do.
a family of an innocent person that needs to know where their kid is, and my kid did it, and he needs to face up to it. Like, that's really
Holy
badass.
shit.
Like, that takes a pretty strong fucking person to do that. I don't know a lot about his dad, but that one thing, I was like, whoa, dude.
Wow, that's fucked.
So, during his taped interrogation, Cory agreed to show police exactly where Adrianne was. This was only like 4 days after it happened, too.
Oh, wow.
It happened real quick. Just after 11 p.m., again, 4 days after her disappearance, he led authorities down a steep, icy path where under a pile of dirt, they found a manhole cover, and several feet below, the bag with Adrianne's head and arms in it. Now, there's photos from the crime scene. They don't show, like, the head and arms or anything.
Sure.
But they show inside the manhole cover, you can see the bag, and you can see the shape of a head.
Oh my
It's
God, that's
there. And it's
so
to
horrifying.
open that and see in there and be like, that's a head in that bag. Like, that just, like, blows my
That
brain.
fucks you up.
Yeah, it's just so much.
Did he bring them to the other parts too?
He did, yeah. He brought them to all the parts. At 2 a.m. that night, police called Adrianne's parents.
Oh no.
And the worst part about
Jesus
it...
Christ, they couldn't know. Well, you
They
don't wanna
have
wait
to.
until the next
and
morning,
you have
obviously.
to. You have to notify right away.
Oh, 2 a.m.
Yeah. And talking to the dad was like, they called him and said, we're like, it's the police and we're at your front door. And he said for a second, he was like, they have Adrianne.
Oh
and
my
he
God.
Said,
I just felt immediately
I
like
know.
I was going to cry.
And he said that he was like, she's in the hospital. Maybe she's in the hospital. Maybe she's in trouble. Maybe she did something bad. But he was
never
like,
assumed she
he
was
goes,
dead.
I just didn't think that was going to be what it was. Like that. And yeah, it just, that's just.
Oh my God.
Having like little kids now, I can't even.
Wow, that just
fathom
made me
that.
so sad.
Yeah. It's literally, like, it sounds cliche to be like, that's your biggest nightmare as a parent, but
No, it
that's your
is.
biggest night. You don't know.
Whether you know it or not.
If you choose to have children, just know that it's gonna change the way you see and think everything. And I'm not saying this like, it sounds so cliche and so like overdone, but my husband and I have talked about this. He was like, it has changed everything about the way I think. About the world, about situations.
It makes sense.
It really does. It changes everything. You suddenly are so much more aware of how awful the world is around you. Yeah. And you become so much more acutely aware of what you need to do to keep your kids safe. Like, me comes so far behind my kids. Like, and to think of, like, a police officer showing up in the middle of the night to tell me that not only has my daughter been murdered, but by friends... 2 16-year-olds who she trusted. It's just, and then who lit her on fire and dismembered her afterwards while they sat there and talked about music.
Like, I'm not a parent, but I feel like I wouldn't want to know all those details that they went to McDonald's after, and I wouldn't want to know that she was burned or put on fire. Like, I would just want to know who did it, and that's it.
Oh, I think exactly. I wouldn't want it because her father said that. He said they didn't tell him immediately what had happened.
But you find out.
And he said it was
everything.
bad enough that she was murdered, but to hear what they did to her afterwards, he's like, I will literally never recover from that.
Well,
like
I mean, you automatically picture things like that
you
in your
never
mind.
should have to picture in your brain.
And that's so horrible.
And it's just so, this is just such a heavy case. But now the next morning is when Cory led police to the place on the farm where they had burned Adrianne's body. And that's where the other remains were hidden, where they had buried, like, her torso and legs.
So she must have been, like, unrecognizable.
Yeah, totally. They said she looked, when they asked Cory what it looked like when this was all happening, because they were like, how did you just sit there? Like, this is beyond.
Because she was
burned. He said it was beyond anything you could imagine in a horror movie. It was the most horrific thing.
And you just sat
and
there
sat
stoned
there
and then
talked
got a
about
fucking
music.
cheeseburger afterwards?
Yeah. And they said she was burned beyond recognition, and they cut her
Also,
up.
for anybody that smoked weed, you're super fucking paranoid.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
How would
I
you
feel
not
You'd
think...
be bouncing off the walls,
Yeah,
being like,
no.
"Wah!" Like I'd be pulling things out of like light bulbs, being like, "They're watching us."
No,
Big
yeah,
brother.
you get really paranoid
I'd be
even if you
freaking
haven't
out.
fucking murdered
but
somebody.
If you've murdered someone,
I'll be like laying in my bed and I'll be like, the cops are coming.
And these people just straight up murdered someone, then lit her on fire on a farm.
Aren't you supposed to be more chill?
Yeah. You're supposed to be more like, everything's fine, guys. Let's not...
The other night I got really high and I put on this song and I said to Annie, I was like, just hold my hand and close your eyes and listen to this song.
She told me that.
That's what I do when I smoke.
I wish everybody was
I don't know
that,
what the fuck these people
Apparently
did.
they're not.
I'm just trying to go on a spiritual journey when I'm high.
Well, that's what they needed. They needed a spiritual journey. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't until Thursday after both Cory and Sarah were arrested that Adrianne's parents learned that she had been dismembered. That's when they learned we had to go to 2 different places to get her. Which
I wouldn't want to know
imagine.
that. I literally wouldn't want to know that.
I literally can't.
But they obviously have to tell them that.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, and I think it's like must just be you don't want to know, but you want to know. It's one of those situations that
I feel like you just don't know what you would do until you're in that situation.
It's probably not good for you either way, but you just don't know. It's what you need in the moment.
I
try to
couldn't ever
move
give
past
you closure,
something.
though.
Yeah, no, you'd never get closure from that. Because her father said, like, I go running like 3 miles a day now, and he said every step I think about what happened to her.
Oh,
like you can't escape it.
You can't. Like, what therapy fixes that?
Yeah,
none.
I have no idea.
Well, the good news is, on February 1st, 2005, Sarah Kolb and Cory Gregory were charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
Yeah.
And they were charged with concealment of a homicide. So Sarah was the first to go to trial, which, like, ironically began on Halloween Day in 2005.
That is
just, like, right up her fucking alley.
She's so theatrical.
She was theatrical till the fucking end.
She really is.
Well, she actually really was, because the trial lasted 2 weeks, and after 15 hours of deliberating, the jury was unable to come to a unanimous verdict.
This. Oh my god. Poor Adrianne's parents were probably like, what?
Well,
like,
so that they were a hung jury, and it resulted in a mistrial. So they had to retry her. And if that didn't make it bad enough, it was just 1 juror that was in favor of, they opted for acquittal.
How?
So 11 jurors were in favor of conviction, and then I wrote, but 1 dumbass opted for acquittal.
Seriously, you are a dumbass.
Why would you ever want to acquit her? Like, she literally strangled someone with her bare hands.
In her own writings, she wrote she wants to kill people. Like,
And
why would you ever let her go?
She, like screamed at her at a party that she was going to kill her.
Exactly, pulled a knife on her.
So, because of the mistrial, they had to retry her, which then that began on February 6, 2006. So, it was like almost a full year later.
Jesus, these poor people.
So, she luckily was convicted on all counts and was sentenced a few months after her trial to 48 years in prison. And then on top of that, 5 years for concealment of the body. So, for a total of 53 consecutive years.
Good.
And she's serving her sentence now at the Logan Correctional Center in Lincoln, Illinois. So write her, like, mean mail. And tell her that
write
she
her
sucks.
mean mail. And tell her she has empty eyes.
Yeah, tell her to fucking go fuck herself.
Fill your eyes, girl.
Cory Gregory, on the other hand, pleaded guilty to all charges. And on July 10th, he was sentenced to 40 years in prison for murder and 5 years for concealment, for a total of 45 years. Which doesn't even seem fair enough.
No, it really doesn't at all.
So he's serving his sentence at Stateville Correctional Center in Crest Hill, Illinois, near Chicago. But in 2016, a 28-year-old Cory claimed in a petition for post-conviction relief that his 45-year prison sentence was unconstitutional.
Oh, obviously.
Like, so's murdering someone.
Yeah,
so
that's like...
I don't really care about your constitutional rights.
Like, you took someone's life. I feel like that's pretty constitutional as far as I'm concerned.
And he thinks it's unconstitutional because he was sentenced... because he was 17 at the time of the offense, and he wasn't sentenced as a juvenile.
Dude, I don't give a shit.
If you're capable of murdering somebody, I don't think you should be tried as a juvenile.
And
in this case.
The extent to which he went to take care of that body.
Like, you burned a body while high.
You tried to bury her.
Yep.
That didn't work. Then you guys lit her on fire.
Yep.
You had to get more gasoline because that didn't work.
And you probably got high
and
on
then
the
you
way.
were like, we gotta cut her up.
Yep.
You sat there, you watched that happen while talking about fucking Pantera or like ICP or something.
And then you got a double cheeseburger.
And then you went and got a double cheeseburger and threw her down a manhole.
And then I'm pretty sure you went to sleep that night without doing anything.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm sorry.
So
don't
tell
care
me
that you were
again about the
17.
Constitution.
Yeah, don't care.
So basically, he said to support his claim, he pointed to a 2012 Supreme Court ruling And this ruling determined a mandatory life sentence of life without parole for juvenile offenders as unconstitutional.
I remember those. There's a lot of cases that got their sentences reduced because of that.
Well, because the decision was retroactive. So anybody that felt like they got
gypped,
the shit end of the stick, they got retried. Which, fuck all of them. Not really. I don't really know all of them. But in his petition to the court, he wrote that even though he was sentenced to 45 years, the new Supreme Court ruling applied to him. In the interest of justice, he deserved a new sentence hearing.
Oh, in the interest of justice.
Please gag me with a spoon.
Justice for Cory Gregory.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. So if you're not already nauseous enough by this petition, he also wrote that if he does survive his 45-year sentence, he'll be in no way restored to useful citizenship, and he will be too old to gain employment. Where?
Don't care.
Hey, I bet Adrianne probably wanted to go to her job, but you fucking murdered her and she was 16,
gainfully employed, and 16 years old.
Yeah, you killed a 16-year-old. I don't care that you're going to be 60 something.
I love that he's literally I won't be able to get a job. I'm going to be old. It's okay.
This is called a punishment.
Yeah, that's what that's about.
So the state's attorney, John McGee, said he believed Cory Gregory had a fair sentencing and he would do whatever necessary to contest him getting a new hearing.
Same.
In May 2018, Gregory's attorney argued all his claims of an unfair sentencing. So what happens is if the judge, who's Peter Church, denies the motion to dismiss Gregory's petition, then the case will proceed to the next stage where attorneys will go over everything again. And so they'll go over all his claims and everything. And then,
all his baseless claims.
Yeah, and then they'll come to a decision of what to do in his sentencing. If the judge grants the request for a new sentencing hearing, then he could get the same sentence that he already has.
Yeah.
Or it could be less. There's no guarantee of what would happen.
Oh God, that would suck.
And so it's unclear. I was researching if they had made a decision yet. And
I looked it up. I didn't see anything.
Whether or not they came to a decision. Yeah. But it was only it
was in May, right?
6 months
so
ago.
Yeah, so it could take a while.
Yeah.
That shit takes forever.
So, but I feel like it's good news that even if he does say we'll fucking retry you, he could still come to the same conclusion.
Which they're gonna look at the same evidence.
So Nathan Gaudette, the fuckbag that chopped her up.
Oh yeah.
He didn't really get that much. He was also charged with concealment for his hand in dismembering the body. He pleaded guilty and received a juvenile sentence of 5 years.
That is such bullshit.
So he chopped up a fucking human body and got 5 years.
That seems about right.
Which I'm confused as to why he was only charged with concealment. And I'm dismembering a body is a charge.
Yeah, I would think so.
So I don't know why he didn't get that. But I believe it.
Maybe they couldn't get him on.
Being a juvenile.
I was going to say maybe they just went for whatever was going to give him the highest amount of.
So like I said, he pleaded guilty. He served he only served almost 4 years. He was released on November 11th, 2008. But on April 16th, 2012, he died in a car accident.
Womp womp.
What a bummer.
Wow. So that's good, at least.
Yeah.
One of them's dead, and the two of them are in jail for a long-ass time.
And it doesn't look like anybody really cares about Cory's fucking petition.
I certainly don't.
I also read something about that Cory and Sarah still had correspondence somehow.
Ooh.
But I did read that in Illinois, convicts can't
have correspondence. They can't be pen pals. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
and I would think they
Facebook is
want
still
the two of them.
active. So either somebody's running her Facebook on the outside, because she has no access to Facebook on the inside.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, I read something about her Facebook still being active.
Ooh.
So if you want
to go look that up.
Yeah.
We'll give an update if we see anything cool.
I know.
But she's also gone through quite a lot of transformation periods in prison. All of her updated prison
Tuesdays.
Photos, she really did.
There was one point where she shaved her whole head except the front two pieces of her
she just
face.
had 2 long pieces of hair that went in front of her face, which, do you.
That's not going to do a lot for your trial,
But when you have super empty eyes and you murdered someone, that's a scary look.
Yeah.
It's not as, if you're just walking around being you, by all means, do it. But when you've murdered someone, don't do that. Man, there's something about that girl that just... She gives me the heebs.
Empty eyes.
She does. She gives me the real heebs. But I saw pictures of her hugging a golden retriever in prison and stuff, and I'm like, don't touch that dog.
Yeah, fuck
that dog.
I feel like in prison, if you committed a crime like this, they should
shouldn't
not
be able to touch dogs.
Fuck
yeah.
That. Don't taint the niceness.
Violent crimes, you shouldn't be able to touch dogs. That's just not something.
No.
Like, there's one, and I think we're going to cover this case eventually, but it's such a rough one that's going to be a rough one, the Shandashare case. And one of the, I won't go into it, because if we do cover it, I want to surprise you all.
Oh, goody.
But one of the people who committed that crime now, like, trains dogs in prison. Like, has, like, all this access to dogs. And that was one of the most vicious crimes I've ever heard. So it always upsets me when you hear, I'm like, no, you can't care about, if you can't care about a human being, how are you supposed to care about a dog?
Some of the cases that I hear about, and then you hear about their life in prison, I'm like,
you're like,
isn't prison supposed to be a punishment?
Oh, yeah.
Like, sometimes it's not.
No, it's really not. Like that Luca Magnotta.
Yeah, Canadian prisons have, like,
That's
fucking
crazy.
pizza parties.
Like, that shit is nuts. But yeah, so that's the story of the murder of Adrianne Reynolds.
Go hug your best friend.
Yeah, go be nice to
not
each
too
other,
fucking
man.
tightly.
Yeah, not too tightly.
Give her a light hug.
Keep your belt on. Talk it out. If you guys are, if somebody's snagging your dude, or you feel like he's snagging your dude, and you guys are in high school.
It's high school.
It's high school, and just, like, talk about it, man. Talk about it with your girlfriend.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that everyone I dated in high school was very irrelevant.
Oh, 100%.
To my life now, I don't talk to anybody I dated, nor do I care about them.
I dated one person all through high school, and he's very irrelevant.
Yeah, she sure is.
So, I'm just saying. So, and most people are irrelevant that you're going to date until you actually start dating, like, good.
I mean,
like,
Annie's wicked irrelevant. Just kidding, I love you.
Love you, Annie.
You're relevant.
So relevant. So that was the case for this week. We hope you guys dug it.
Thank you for listening.
Well, we're not gonna tell you what next week's is because we're having fun just teasing you with it.
But it's gonna be holiday themed.
Yes, that's a good point. The month of December, we are going to try to make all of our episodes holiday themed, but not holiday themed like, candies and candy canes and sugar plum fairies and all that good stuff. It's going to be some dark ass holiday
crimes.
I'm going to say one word for one of our episodes. Krampus. That's all I'm going to say.
Krampus.
Just Krampus. So stay tuned for that.
Oh, and if you want to follow us on Instagram,
at Morbid Podcast.
If you'd like to send us an email,
morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
If you want to tweet us,
at A Morbid Podcast.
If you still have a Facebook,
facebook.com/morbid podcast, I think.
And if you want to be so inclined to donate to our Patreon,
patreon.com/morbid podcast.
So thank you for listening.
We hope you keep listening to us.
And mostly, we hope you
keep it weird. But not so weird that you murder your best friend.
Don't fucking do that.
Don't do it.
I'll be pissed at you.
And you know what? Juggalos are nice people generally.
Sure.
I think they are. I've met a couple.
I don't know if I've ever met a juggalo that I knew they were a juggalo.
Juggalos. Hi.
Hey.
Let us know if you're a juggalo, because we believe that you are a good group of people.
All humans are created equal.
Yeah. So
come on a spiritual journey with me.
Bye.
Bye.